What's up, everybody? It's Destroyer here with a video with some care tips for the Theraphosa Blondi, also known as the Goliath bird eater. Important things to know about this spider is that it comes from the rainforests, so it needs really high humidity. And the easiest way to achieve this is to make sure several times a week that you moist the substrate in there, and I'll show you how to easily do that. I like to use a water bottle. Here I clean this bottle out and put water into it, and I'll go ahead and I'll moist the substrate. Try not to spray the spider here. And then I'll also choose a corner here to heavily moist. That way the spider can easily get a drink. Just heavily saturate just that one corner. And the next thing probably should know is that substrate's very important for this particular tarantula. It's important for all of them, but for this one it's particularly important. You need to have, I use a eco fiber coconut. I also use vermiculi and peat moss, and also a little actual real moss here. It keeps from bacteria, mold, and stuff from going in there, and it also helps keep the substrate moist, which creates a really high humidity, because the Goliath bird eater requires it. If it doesn't have it, it'll go into a death curl. Also, another really important thing is it needs to have a hide. They're a terrestrial creature. I use a real natural wood. I actually chop this up and put this in here, and it makes a real decent hide for it. Make sure it's big, because the spider is not small. If you can kind of tell, size differences. Even this is a young female, and she's still pretty large. And I also cut out a back end, drilled some holes. Ventilation is also very important. So you need to make sure it has good ventilation, good moisture, high humidity. It also needs to be fairly spacious. You can kind of tell I got mine in a big old tub here. That's also very important. I use the locked kind, because they can be escape artists. Next we'll go on to feeding. I like to feed my Goliath bird eater crickets like this, little small crickets. I also have roaches as well. Large cockroaches are the best. I'll go ahead and throw them in her cage and let her feed naturally. She doesn't like to tongue feed very much, so it'll probably be a while before I can get her to do that. So unfortunately, I really don't think I'm going to get a video of her feeding anytime soon. Hopefully we'll teach her to tongue feed, but usually I just kind of throw it in there, and then she'll naturally hunt it down as she goes. You can kind of see the cricket, and there's another large cockroach in there. Usually I put them in there, and then I'll find the carcasses later. I hope you guys find this video informational. These spiders are definitely not for the novice or the beginner, and if you are somewhat of a beginner, I really urge you to do a lot of research on the spider, and I hope these care tips will help you along the way. They're a very docile spider, but they can bite, and they can throw hairs as well. Their mild's very venom. It'd feel like a bee sting, but what you have to worry about is their fangs are so big, they can cause mechanical damage to you. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And this is Destroyer out, and I'll see you on the next one.